to make a green smoothie, and we're going to talk some about some of the prep that you need to do. If you have a Vitamix or a Blendtec or another high-speed blender, then you may not have to chop up anything at all, which is really nice. On these oranges, I've just cut off the peel and left as much of the white on there as possible. If you're using a different kind of blender, you want to peel the oranges or cut off even more probably and open them up and maybe even de-seed them. And you may want to chop your greens up. And you'll definitely, if you're using a regular blender, you'll want to de-stem things like kale or Swiss chard, things that have a tougher stem. You may even want to chop up your greens if you feel like your blender's not getting things blended up well enough. Luckily, we own a Vitamix because our son Jace decided that he couldn't take me burning up blenders anymore, and he bought one. And so that's how we got our first Vitamix, was after I had burned up a couple of blenders. And that was after quite a while of use. The first one was a very inexpensive blender that I'd had for years, and it lasted for several months. Then I bought another one, and I forget the brand name, but I bought it at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I spent like maybe $9,900. And that one worked pretty well, and it didn't end up burning up, but when we'd used a Vitamix at other places with other people, we realized how much smoother and how much finer everything gets. But you go with what you have, and you're going to be fine. Some of the things about making a smoothie is that you probably want to add some water to your blender first, and that way it's in the bottom and it's getting everything going. I usually use 2 cups for just about every recipe. If you're just starting out, you may want to add 1 cup and do everything and then see if it seems to be the right consistency for you. Some people are really used to frozen smoothies that have a lot of dairy in them and also are just a lot thicker consistency, and they may not want it as thin. I kind of like mine to be a little thinner. So, and then I'm putting 2 oranges in, and I've got half a cup of the mixed berry blend that I like because I'm getting 3 different berries in my blend there. And then I'm going to use, I do not measure the greens. And a couple of things about the greens. Even if you were just drinking fruit smoothies, that would be better than not drinking any smoothies at all. But the greens are really, really good for you and really important. A lot of people are really intimidated by putting the greens in the smoothies, and they're worried about how it changes the taste. Well, start out smaller. Maybe you're not going to start with 2 cups of greens or more in your smoothie. My friend Sue, who I dearly love, said that she had told me that when she first started making smoothies, she's like, you know, Jane's always putting greens in her smoothie. Maybe we'll try. And she would literally put like a leaf in her smoothie and have that be a green smoothie for her. And then the next day she did a little bit more, and the next day she did a little bit more. I use the handful method, and I put a couple of handfuls in there at least. Usually, because I am used to using this blender and I've done it so many times, I know that how many I can get in there, and I usually just try to kind of fill this. So when I'm using this recipe specifically with the orange and berry, which I like and I have quite a bit, then I will put that much in there, and then I know that's going to be about the right amount for me. The Vitamix has a plunger that you can use if you want to push things down or if you want to move it around. I don't use it very often. Lauren uses it a lot. That's my husband. You're going to meet him later on. Do I have the top for the Vitamix? I don't. Thank you. It's good to have your family help you make videos. Maybe I am. You'll see when all the bits of greens are getting blended up and stuff, and you may have heard I didn't take out the orange seeds. Some people do, some people don't. I don't. If you're using a regular blender, though, you're probably going to want to remove the seeds from yours. So one of the things that's so great about smoothies is that they're kind of pre-chewed for us. Like the blender is chewing our food. We've all been told that we need to chew our food a lot more, and we need to do it in a really great way. Why can't I get this off today? So we need to chew up our food really well. Like chew it up to where it becomes liquid in your mouth. Well, that's what the blender is doing for you, which is really great. And so it's already broke down into a way that we can digest it a lot easier. And you can see that made just a little bit more than a quart. And again, we use lids these are the plastic lids that you can buy. They're made by Mason. They sell them everywhere where they sell plastic, where they sell jar canning supplies and stuff in a box. And Jace used a paddle bit. Our 20-year-old, you'll meet him also. He used a paddle bit and he drilled it out to be about the right size of my glass smoothie straw that I use. And I bought this from Dharma Glass, and I'll give you the link for that. But you can also use these big fat smoothie straws, and they sell these. You can get these if you get a smoothie somewhere, maybe, or a bubble tea or something like that. But they also sell them a lot of times at like Asian markets. Will have packages of these big fat smoothie straws. Of course, regular straws work just fine also. You can get a package of regular straws anywhere. They also sell online stainless steel, and I can't remember where I bought this. It's been a long time. And I don't like it as much for me to drink a smoothie at as I like the fatter glass straw. But Leela, our granddaughter, she loves the smaller size in her mouth, and so we reuse that a lot. Another thing about the smoothie being kind of chewed up for us, that doesn't mean that you don't have to chew a little bit. You want to kind of take a drink of your smoothie and kind of chew. You're kind of pretend chewing. It sounds strange at first, but you get used to it after a while. Lots of times I have just a little bit of the smoothie, and then I leave the house and I'm driving somewhere to work, or I'm going somewhere, and I have it with me, and I drink a little bit of it, and then I'm kind of chewing. And the reason you do that is to stimulate your saliva, let your stomach know that something's coming, get your stomach acid moving, and get everything ready for even better digestion, which is important. If you made this smoothie and this wasn't sweet enough for you, you tasted it and you went, oh no, what am I going to do? There's always a way to fix a smoothie, always. You could add in a banana. Banana's always sweet and creamy and a good thing to have. You could add in a pitted date or two and also blend it up. Or you could use honey or a sweetener that you like. And lots of times we use stevia. We use liquid stevia for things quite a bit, and they sell that at health food stores and at better grocery stores also. I don't personally use the white powdered stevia, but a lot of people do. But it seems a little too overly processed for me. The liquid is also processed a little bit, and you can get powdered green leaf stevia where they sell like bulk teas and things like that, and you could also use that in your smoothie. And it's also because it's going to depend on how sweet your oranges are, how sweet. I kind of like it that it's not too sweet, and that it's kind of citrusy and berry, and that I like that flavor. When you're making up recipes, because you will, you'll start out with somebody else's recipes, mine or someone else's, and then as time goes on, you'll just start making your own recipes. And so, you know, keep in mind, like banana with like raspberry is completely different than banana with strawberry, or banana with peaches, or banana with mango. So you can get a lot of variety, even though you're using banana in lots of the different smoothies, you're still getting a lot of variety. Or if you're using oranges and different berries or different fruits, or pineapple, or whatever it is, those combinations, and you will find so many different combinations. And maybe you remember fondly having a strawberry kiwi something at some point. You can definitely recreate strawberry kiwi and mix it with your greens and try it out. You may, if you're brand new to green smoothies, this first few days, You may not want to add the 2 cups. You may just want to start with just a little bit of green, or even 1 cup, and see how that goes for you. If you're using a smaller blender, like a NutriBullet or Magic Bullet or one of those, we're going to go over that in another segment, because Lauren, my husband, uses the NutriBullet quite a bit for his, and it does change the recipes because you're not putting so much liquid into it. So, oh, another thing, if you order straws, you'll probably want to order straw cleaners. You can push these right down in. There's a little one for the stainless steel one and a bigger one. I also ordered these from Dharma Glass, that I order the glass straws from, and they come with a lifetime warranty. So if you did break one, which they were kind of hard to break, but if you do have an accident and break it, you can send it back to the company, which is really nice. And then you can just, that way you can clean out the inside of your straws. And I think that is it for this segment. Thank you.